Hello, my Pokey Peeps! Your CC Trainer here, aka Preston, and once again, right alongside with me is Munch, the Munchinator, the Munchlax, aka Corey. Say hello to the people, Corey.
Hi, people. I'm Corey.
How many times? Oh, wait, did you do it different this time finally?
I did it differently. Don't worry. I don't want to die today.
Okay, 10 points for you. Why we give away 10 points? I don't know why we don't give away 20. Anyway, so welcome to the video, and in this video, as you can see by the title, we're going over our top 5 favorite water-type Pokemon. And with nothing else, if there's nothing to be said, let's get into the video. So, starting out with number 5, for me, we have Blastoise. Blastoise is a really awesome Pokemon. I said before in other videos that whenever I first picked up a Pokemon game, it was Fire Red, and basically my Charizard basically helped me through the whole game. It was the one I used the most. But I did also say later on in the video that when I knew better, afterwards, when I got older, I started using Squirtle, Wartortle, and then evolving it into Blastoise. Blastoise is so good, and I said before, I think Charizard gets way too much spotlight. The fact that he got 2 Mega Evolutions and my boy Shell Shocker, the Blastoise, didn't, really upset me. I mean, he did get a Mega, and his Mega is freaking awesome. I just wish that since Charizard's a Kanto Pokemon, I think it would have also been better that since they put so much emphasis on the Kanto region and give it so much freaking attention, which by the way I freaking hate that they should have also at least gave Venusaur and Blastoise also 2 evolutions. I mean, if Kanto wants to be their baby and they want to baby it and suck as much freaking nostalgia out of that region as they can, then they should have at least gave Blastoise and Venusaur also 2 megas.
This isn't a top 5 anymore. It's a freaking rant.
My bad. But yeah, I like the fact that Blastoise is a turtle. Turtles are one of my favorite reptiles.
I like turtles.
Yeah, sorry, Michael from M&J TV, but turtles are the better reptiles. I'm just saying. I like the fact that whenever Blastoise Mega evolves, it gets a brand new ability. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it makes Aura type moves way more powerful. So you give Blastoise like Aura Spear, if I think you can get that, but because it makes Aura type moves way better. Give freaking Hydro Pump on it, Shell Smash, freaking Bite. His moveset's just good, plain and simple. I just love Blastoise. Anyway, I think I did ran along. Ew, your turn.
Anyway, I was gonna have Blastoise on my list, but I thought about it some more, and I wasn't even gonna have legendaries on it either. But you kind of can't not have any legendaries, so mine is
Cannot.
My number 5 is Kyogre.
Looks familiar.
I love Kyogre. He's one of my favorite legendaries. I love his primal form. His Kyogre is actually on my rain team, my competitive rain team for doubles. And it's pretty good.
Oh god.
So Kyogre, it's fantastic. It's a big whale, so there's kind of there's a lot to like in Kyogre.
Yes, there is. All right,
yeah,
moving on.
That's my number 5.
Moving on to number 4. Okay, so my number 4, which I just now realized this was hit my friend's number 5, it is Kyogre. Oh my flipping god, I love this thing. Oh, I guess I can say so much about Kyogre. It's a freaking orca, a killer whale, and I freaking love.
I thought it was a great whale.
Well, he kind of has like
blue whale.
Well, he kind of has like killer whale aspects to it,
yeah.
Especially whenever it opens up his mouth and he does. I can just imagine him sounding like Free Willy from the Free Willy movie, which is actually what I call it because every time I play Sapphire and Alpha Sapphire, I have to have this beautiful creature on my team.
Yeah.
And I do. I name it Free Willy because I just love the thing. And he just got done talking about its primal form. Oh my!
It's so good.
He gets so freaking gorgeous. I love this thing. And yeah, I'm not opposed to putting legendaries on my team when I play my Pokemon games. And every time I get this beautiful creature, he is on my team for the rest of the playthrough. I love Kyogre. It's blue. I love the color blue. And whenever he does his primal reversion, it just looks so gosh dang good with all the blue color schemes and everything.
Yeah.
It just looks so awesome. And like I said, I love Killer Whales, and I think that's pretty much what he's supposed to be. And Free Willy is one of my top movies of all time. Oh, it's just awesome. So
my number 4 is a close favorite, and that's Golduck.
Golduck.
I love Golduck, dude.
That took me by surprise. So why do you like Golduck?
Well, for one, his shiny form. I have one personally.
Yeah.
It took me forever to get a shiny Psyduck.
Yeah, it did. I know. Yeah.
It took me, 2 days to get a shiny Psyduck and Let's Go?
Yeah, it took you a while, yeah.
Golduck is actually a pretty good battler. He was on my team for a little bit in Let's Go. There's not much else I can say about it. It's a duck.
Yeah.
Golduck.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Golduck is that whenever Psyduck evolved, it didn't get the psychic typing.
Yeah,
Golduck just stayed pure water, which is weird because the gem in between its eyes on its forehead helps with its psychic attacks that it can use.
I can still use psychic attacks as a Golduck.
Yeah, which kind of confused me because, I mean, it probably would have been way better if it would have got the psychic typing.
And in my personal opinion, Golduck is one of my top Pokemon that deserves a Mega evolution.
Yeah.
If not a Mega, a new evolution.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because in the Kanto anime, there was an episode where Misty was battling another trainer, and they were battling they both had a Psyduck, and I think they both had a Psyduck. Well, they're in between the battle, Misty's Psyduck fell inside the water or something, and then whenever they finally thought that they got it out, they actually brought up a Golduck instead.
Yeah.
And Misty thought that her Psyduck finally evolved into a Golduck, and the battle continued, and Misty was using Golduck, and Golduck freaking dominated Misty's opponent's Pokemon. And she was just being all happy and everything, and she was just saying how much she loved Golduck and everything. And then later on, they found out that it was actually a wild Golduck, and they actually found Misty's Psyduck later. And the reason they knew that it wasn't Misty's gold Psyduck that evolved into a Golduck, because after the battle, all the Golduck did was just show off and taunt and flex its muscles and everything. And they were like, wait a minute, this can't be your Golduck that evolved into a Psyduck. And yeah, like I said, later on near the end of the episode, they've actually found Misty's Psyduck. So I thought that was kind of entertaining.
I just really enjoy Golduck. He's awesome.
All right, moving on to number 3. My number 3 is Floatzel. I love this thing. It's another Diamond and Pearl Pokemon, obviously. I freaking love Buizel. I love Floatzel.
Yeah. It's one of your go-to Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every time, because people usually have Pokemon that whenever they're replaying through, or whenever they do start a game, there's Pokemon that they always have to have on their team. Like I said in previous videos, I always have to have a Lucario if I can get it. and I always have to have a Sylveon on my team if I can get it. Well, every time I play through the Diamond and Pearl games, I always have to have a Buizel and evolve him into a Floatzel. It's just my go-to Pokemon. Just like Luxray and just like Lucario and just like Torterra, there's just Pokemon that I always have to have on my team. I always have to have I always have to have a Staraptor. I mean, it's just something that I have to do. And I like in the anime how Ash had a Buizel.
And evolved them into a Floatzel.
Actually, it didn't evolve into a Floatzel. It just
never evolved.
Nope. It was just one of those Pokemon where it just stayed in one level, and that was pretty cool because in the Diamond and Pearl saga, there was a really cool battle between Ash's Buizel and Maylene, the fighting type gym leader, her Lucario, because in that episode, Ash's Buizel finally learned how to use Water Pulse, and he had his Buizel use Water Pulse to attack Lucario, and then Maylene's Lucario used Aura Sphere, and the two attacks collided, and that explosion opened up a hole in the roof of the gym, and it was raining inside, and that activated Buizel's Swift Swim ability, which let Ash's Buizel get the upper hand on Maylene's Lucario, which let Ash get the win, because Swift Swim boosts Water-type Pokemon speed, and I thought that was just so cool. Okay, sorry. You can go.
He talks too much, guys. My number 3, it was actually going to be my number 2, but I thought about it some more, and I actually like a certain Pokemon over Greninja. Well, over Greninja, my number 3 pick.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like Greninja is his Protean ability, which lets him be any type that's in his moveset. Mm-hmm. I have a competitive one. Thank God. Greninja, I like ninjas quite a bit. Froakie, I don't like as much. I don't like his second version as much, but when he evolved into Greninja, I had to have him on my team. But then there's Ash Greninja.
Oh my goodness.
Which is an amazing Pokemon.
Yeah.
But regular Greninja has to be my number 3.
Yeah. Well, my opinion on Greninja, now when I played through the X and Y games, I didn't pick Chespin, I didn't pick Froakie, I did pick Fennekin, but I will say that for the benefit of Froakie, Greninja is pretty good, but I don't care for Greninja.
Yeah.
I prefer the Ash Greninja.
Ash Greninja is really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, man, whenever they showed Ash Greninja, I lost my mind. That thing is so freaking cool. I love the way it looks. I love how there's a giant water shuriken on its back.
Yeah.
I love how it kind of resembles Ash. It was basically because Ash never used Mega Evolution in the XY saga, but his Greninja becoming Ash Greninja was basically Ash's way of having a Mega Evolution. That's basically what it boiled down to. And in the video games, I freaking love this thing. I have one on my Ultra Moon game.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to go into detail how that happened, but going through the Elite Four in the Champion, this thing is a beast. Freaking Ice Beam, Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse.
Dark Pulse all the way.
I love this thing. I love Greninja, but I prefer Ash Greninja. It is just so good.
I also like how his tongue is a scarf.
Yeah, it's basically a scarf.
That's actually pretty cool.
So cool.
And on to number 2.
Whew. Okay, my number 2 is Milotic. This thing is flippin' gorgeous. Oh my god, I love this thing. And I love this thing so freaking much. I love how Cynthia, the champion, had a Milotic.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is it's beautiful. Its shiny form is freaking amazing. Its stats are off the chain. This thing is a freaking tank. This thing can take hits, and it can dish them out too. It's not one of those where it's like a glass wall or whatever the phrase is kind of thing. It can take hits and it can dish them out too. This thing is just gorgeous. I love Milotic. And I've actually used it, and I do have a shiny Milotic, so that's just awesome. I can have it in my game. I use it every once in a while. I love the thing how it was basically the theory of like don't call a kid in junior high ugly because whenever it gets to the junior high, it like sprouts up and becomes beautiful. This is basically the thing with Milotic because I think a Feebas evolves into a Milotic, and it's basically that kind of a thing where calling something ugly, but then not realizing soon after it becomes so beautiful and majestic. That's what happened with Milotic.
Yeah.
And also, that's basically what happened with my boy Poplio, too, because everybody giving Poplio hate, and its third stage Primarine, it's so flippin' gorgeous. It's basically the same thing.
I think Poplio, though, should have like 2 separate evolutions.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. But yeah, and plus, Milotic is a water type, and water type is one of my top favorite typings, too.
It's also an ice type, isn't it?
No, she's just a pure water type.
Oh, okay.
But she can learn ice type moves, though. She can learn Ice Beam, so... But yeah, she is just so gorgeous, so...
And as I was saying before, over Greninja, I had to pick this one. So for my number 2, Golisopede.
Oh yeah, Golisopod. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, Golisopod. I seen this Pokemon for the first time when they revealed it, and I instantly said, like, I'm gonna make that competitive. That's gonna be on my team, which it was in Pokemon Sun. And it's basically forearms from Ben 10, but with an extra 2 arms.
Right, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
But Golisopod is actually a pretty powerful Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty beefy.
Yep. I've had my fair share of trouble with Golisopod.
Yeah.
It's Guzma, the leader of Team Skull. It's his go-to Pokemon. And there's been some stories with Guzma getting a Wimpod and evolving it into a Golisopod, and the whole theory of how Wimpod's known as the wimpy Pokemon, and he's so scared and like timid at everything, and then evolves into this big, freaking strong, like, you picked on me when I was little, now I'm big, tall, and strong, and I'm going to beat the crap out of all of you bullies and everything. Yeah, I've had my fair share of trouble with Golisopod because Moon and Ultra Moon battling this thing in its first impression move. Oh, that move took down so many of my Pokemon. It, like Corey said, this thing is so strong if you use it the right way.
For sure. He is on my competitive team in Sun, so got to give number 2 to Golisopod.
Yep. And moving on to number 1. My number 1 is my favorite water type Pokemon of all time. I love this thing. And I was just recently talking about it. It is Primarina. This thing is flipping gorgeous. And its shiny form, oh my god. Freaking her blonde, beautiful hair.
Wait. Oh, her shiny.
Yeah, her shiny form.
Yeah, she has blonde hair.
Yeah. This thing is flipping gorgeous. I love the Poplio line. I love Poplio. I love Brioon. I love Primarina. I hate the fact that Poplio got so much hate whenever he was released. Like I said with Milotic, it was one of those things where everybody hated on the first stage, but then whenever the final level or whatever came out, and people seeing how beautiful it was, they immediately changed their opinion on it.
Yeah.
I have a really good shiny Marina on my Ultra Moon team. A friend of mine helped me get it, and I just am so in love with this thing. It's a friggin' siren slash mermaid kind of thing going on, and it's oceanic operetta move, and it's sparkling aria Z move. It's just awesome. With our previous videos, if you want to hear more, because we're kind of running out of time, go check out the first Pokemon video we did.
The favorite Pokemon of all time.
Yeah.
My opinion on Primarina, though, I do think, like I said, Popplio should have had 2 final stages.
A branch evolution.
Because if you have a Primarina that's a boy, kind of doesn't make any sense because it looks like a female Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish it had like a mermail and merman type thing going on.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. That would have been the first starter to ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have actually used Popplio if that was an actual thing.
My opinion with that, which I've seen online whenever this gen was actually going on, that a lot of people were talking about that happening. My only opinion with that is that when I started the game, and if I did end up with a boy Popplio, then I would have been stuck with the boy version on the 3rd stage instead of the female one that I'm always going to want, and I don't want to go through that trouble.
But to be fair, you can always restart.
I know, but yeah, like soft resetting and everything.
Soft reset everything.
But that would have taken too much time, and I don't want to go through the hassle of having to deal with.
But later on, you could have always traded for a female Popplio.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, enough with Primarina.
But she's gorgeous.
My number 1 water type of all time is Feraligatr. The reason being, Feraligatr and or Totodile is my favorite starter of all time. And I had toys of Totodile growing up. And I say this in that other video of Pokemon of all time. But for Alligator, I think all the starters, like all the old generation starters, need megas. And for Alligator's mega would look amazing, in my opinion, if they did it right. But for Alligator, I don't think I have a competitive one that I know of. But during my playthrough of the Johto games, for Alligator was my go-to. So, and Preston doesn't like for Alligator as much, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. He has no opinion.
None whatsoever.
He has nothing to say.
Yeah. Except for the fact that in the anime, Ash's Totodile was...
I liked Ash's Totodile.
Yeah, he was really funny. He was like the goofball Pokemon for that region, so it was kind of funny. Alright, so that is our top 5 water-type Pokemon. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to, comment down below your guys' top 5 favorite water type. Hit the thumbs up button, tickle that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified about our future videos. And if there's nothing else to be said, thank you guys for watching. He's been Corey, I've been Preston, and we are signing out, and we will see you later.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Peace.